I recently came across a YouTube video talking about imposter syndrome, and I realized that I might have imposter syndrome in my street photography. So ever since making the decision to post more consistently on YouTube and to document the development of my own street photography, I've been fortunate enough to grow a modest-sized audience and to meet other photographers both online and in person. Documenting my process through POV videos on YouTube isn't about growth of my channel. It's never been the best way to grow on YouTube, and I don't think it ever will. So I would supplement those videos with tips and tricks and reviews and tutorials and what opinions or anything else I could think of that might be of interest to someone watching on YouTube, and through that my audience might grow and come to appreciate the POV videos that I make. And in doing that, it's helped me to boost discovery of my channel and to build sort of like a mini brand around my street photography work. Now, I'd been kind of making videos for several years, but in 2019 I decided I was gonna make street photography videos more consistently. And even though I was a completely inexperienced street photographer, I didn't feel like an imposter because nobody was really watching, and I was at the bottom of the ladder just putting stuff out and seeing what happened. I felt like an underdog. I was working to get my foot in the door, learning how to be a street photographer, learning how to make YouTube videos and documenting my journey of that. I knew I had a long way to go, but if people start following, then great. Unfortunately for me, some people did start following. People started commenting, watching regularly. I would start to see the same names over and over again. And then recently someone said some complimentary things about my channel and about my photography in a room in Clubhouse. And what made me realize that I have imposter syndrome is because the second they said that and someone else concurred with them, I felt the need to walk it back. I felt like I didn't really deserve to have those things said about my work or about my channel or whatever. I had finally got my foot in that imaginary door that I was talking about, but I felt like what had happened was someone else had unlocked the door and I had just thrown my foot in there as it was closing behind them. And now I was cautiously making my way through this door, terrified that someone would catch me or something like that. It's not necessarily that I think I'm a bad street photographer. I understand that I'm still in the early stages of it and I'm working on improving it, but I'm also quite proud of a lot of the work that I have produced, and I'm quite confident in my approach to street photography and my thoughts about it as well. But at the same time, I'm not in a place where I think I know exactly what I'm doing, and this reaction to dismiss compliments or deflect them a little bit might be a quintessentially British thing, but I think generally all people do stuff like this at some point. And it's probably because I spend a lot of time looking at photographers who are far more established and experienced than me and wonder why anybody would look at my work to learn from or to gather some sort of inspiration from when I think they should be looking at all these other people. And they may well be, they just happen to be watching my video at that point and said some nice stuff. So the version of me from 2019 who knew I had a long way to go, but thought that as I improved, I would gain more confidence. And if I gained an audience, that would validate my work and build my confidence that I was doing well, and that's why people were following me. But in fact, as my skills and knowledge improved and my audience grew, I realized how little I actually knew about street photography or about photography in general. And although I passed on my learnings and my knowledge and opinions, I also developed less confidence that I had any sort of deep knowledge on the subject. Of course, I now know much more than I did 2 years ago, but somehow knowing more now has awakened me to how little I knew at first and how much further I still have to go. And quite possibly, I'm still not aware of how much further I have to go. Through researching imposter syndrome, I learned about something called pluralistic ignorance. And this is where each of us doubt ourselves privately and we're not aware that anyone else feels the same way about themselves. And so we think we're the only ones that feel this way because nobody else is voicing their doubts either. And because we don't know how hard our peers work, their situations, what tasks they find difficult, and how much they are doubting themselves, there's no easy way to dismiss our own feelings of being less capable. So I think and I hope that me voicing this on my YouTube channel will help other people to understand that other people do feel imposter syndrome and have doubts about themselves, even when it appears that they might be more confident or more knowledgeable in the subject that you're also trying to improve at. And the feelings of imposter syndrome, whether in photography or not, often sort of hold us back from applying for positions or programs or grants or anything like that we might excel in. However, hearing from mentors and peers that they have also experienced imposter syndrome on some level can help to alleviate these feelings. And for sure, many other prominent figures and outliers in the world have experienced this type of thing as well, such as Albert Einstein, who suffered constantly from the feelings of imposter syndrome, even though they were regarded as like the top person in the world in their field. So while imposter syndrome might never disappear completely, I think that being honest about it can help us or other people to realize how common it actually is. And maybe we can build confidence in knowing that we're not alone and that it's really just a feeling. It's not actually a reflection that you're an imposter. So hopefully that makes some sense. I've been sort of wrestling with this idea for a while. I've tried to type out some stuff so that I could keep making a cohesive video about it. I'm sure I'll think of other things that I didn't cover in here as I'm editing. And so let me know in the comments if you've suffered from anything like this. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button. It helps to push the channel and my videos to other people who might also be interested. And I think that's it. Thank you very much for watching. Like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.